Yeah, don't make fun of the gloves. I'm trying to keep myself covered up. I've been out in the sun for several hours now. I put sunscreen on the back of my neck and I got it on my legs now, but I've had these gloves for like a year or so. I finally broke down and bought another shirt. I'd had one years ago in old Columbia. You know, the ones that were like vented in the back and looked more like some kind of saltwater looking thing. Now, I know these are typically, I think, used for that kind of stuff, but anybody will tell you, especially as they get older, that skin cancer is no joke. And so when you can, like last year, I just went out and I was, you know, and I still plan on, you know, sun's out, guns out kind of thing, but when I plan on going fishing all day long, I plan on trying to protect myself when I can with like these gloves, because these gloves actually, they feel a little weird with the fingers cut off up there, but it lets you still use them, your hand. Oh, look at that snake. It lets you still use your both hands like you normally would. I'm gonna get you around one for the snake. Right now, get up here, get in here. Oh yeah, you want some of this, don't you? You want a rattle trap. You want a rattle trap? Oh, I missed him. Coming for you. Coming for you. I'm a snake wrangler, boys and girls. Snake. High-speed snake wrangler. Oh, you heard that, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Get over there. Look at that, boys. Don't be afraid of him. Show him who's boss. Don't come back, little punk. All right. Anyway. We are going to motorboat our way to the shallow side. The wind's been blowing on this deep side this way, and I've hit it, and I actually wasn't even recording through, I think I caught 3 or 4 on swim baits that you guys didn't see right before those couple you just now saw. Jacking around, actually getting some sun on other parts that need a little sun, you know what I'm saying? A little sun, it's like anything else. Stuff in moderation is good for you. You get out for a whole day of fishing out on this water, you're gonna need a bunch of sunscreen or covered up or whatever. Whoa, I'm just amazed at that reel. And I can't explain it. You guys would have to just have them in your hands while it's casting. Just how that spool, how you can just sense it like freely letting that line out without backlashing majority of the time. Like, that's one thing about the daiwa, that round braked drum type. Like, you just never have the worry that, oh no, I may backlash, you know, and you still will, but not like I have with most other reels. That's one thing about the curado. The DC was crazy. I know that everybody talks about how good it is and it may be good for certain things, but as far as setting it for a bait and just, you know, like I'm casting this way and the wind's with me and everything, but then if I turn and go this way, it's like game over. If I got it, say, on setting 1 and I can really just, you know, wing, and it goes way out there. When I come back, and if I leave it on setting 1, what I found with it was I'd backlash like almost every time. So then I was like, okay, I'll set it on 2. You know, there's no micro setting, just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was like, okay, set it on 2, cast into the wind, no problem. Cast with the wind, and you could just feel it pulling. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you could just feel it. So look, into the wind, No issue, right? Well, I mean, it's going to do something like that, but it's not going to backlash. Grass. So the Curado K I found was the one like set it and forget about it kind of thing, like the daiwa was. The K is pretty much like that for big baits. You just set it at, I forget where the settings was, but I could just set it and forget it. And then the Scorpion wouldn't get as much distance, but it's an MGL spool for lighter baits, and it actually worked very similar with your small baits. I found, you know, just a setting that worked for most of the smaller baits I was throwing, and it threw them no problem. Still throw big baits with it. You know, it was more of the complete spectrum of reel. So if I had to have one that you're like, okay, you got to take one to fish out of the three, it'd probably be the Scorpion. Even though the K was an overall easier, when you did go to that small where you finesse-y type baits, it definitely didn't do as good as the Scorpion. And the Scorpion was pretty much right there with it on the big baits. Not a lot, long ways off. What I found are these. This one casts crazy, but even the Tatula SV, I feel it'll zing big stuff and really does real well with lightweight stuff. With that, like, you know, just set it, get an overall general setting, and then just leave it. Because ideally, you want a spool setting that you don't have to jack with. So say you want it loose enough also that you do want to stop it right as the bait hits the water. If you don't, you want it to be able, you know, to where it would still go a little ways, you know, like that. You want it pretty loose. If you don't have it that loose, you're either A, having to cast harder than you would because you got it set tighter than it needs to be. Like, see, watch this. Just cast, you know, right there at the distance I'm wanting. Keep hoping while I'm talking to you, I'll catch one. But doesn't seem to be happening. All right, we got the wind blowing into the shallow area. We got cloud cover coming and going. About time to switch to probably chatterbait. Maybe a little square bill. Might have to break out the old bigot. I was hoping this wind's blowing on this bank for a little bit. I was hoping it fired it up. Because this bait, in that one section up there, it actually made me think I was going to like it. Okay. Yeah, here's the other SD. Throws that, which is probably just over a half-ounce chatterbait setup, but it's the 3/8 Omega Custom Tackle with a very light Z-Man trailer, so there's not a ton. It's definitely lighter than a, you know, say your half-ounce with a normal trailer, normal plastic. Z-Man stuff tends to be lighter and more buoyant for its size than standard plastics. Oh, that was... Well, I can't blame an NRX for that. I don't have it in my hand, but that was a definite something ran up from behind it and knocked it hard. I never felt anything though. All I felt was the lack of bait. I never felt any weight. I got a hit right over there. Come on. looking good. Based on all the hits on all the other baits I'm getting, the white color with a touch of chartreuse should be our best bet. This bait you can't go real fast though, or it definitely doesn't go very deep. I lost my light colored jackhammer bait. I'd try it. I know somebody's like, black and blue. I know, I got it. I'm not going to wait around too long before I go to this swim bait. And that's why, first cast, we're going to have some fun over here in the shallows. Oh yeah.